It's not. I'm not pretending when I say that I think Billy Joel's the greatest singer-songwriter of all time. That's not a marketing ploy. That's my heart talking. That's my soul talking. I really believe that he got it right as a songwriter, as a producer of those records, as a lyricist. He got it right more than anybody else. And boy, did he get it right over and over and over again. I mean, are you aware of how many hits the guy had? Equal only to the Beatles and ABBA, I think. But this guy, I mean, you know, when you go and do shows of music by other people, you save the best till last, don't you? You know, you sort of have the
Yeah.
last, the last 5 or 6 songs are the bangers, the big ones. With Billy Joel, you can do My Life and The Longest Time in the first 10 minutes of the show because you still have, Just the Way You Are, Piano Man, We Didn't Start the Fire, The River of Dreams, Tell Her About It, Still Rock and Roll to Me, Vienna, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, She's Always a Woman, New York State of Mind, Allentown. I mean, all of that. And there are so many songs, Michelle, that we just don't have the time to do in a 2.5 hour show.
I mean, it is. It's crazy when you put it like that because I think sometimes he hasn't got the recognition that he deserves. It's almost like he's been underrated and he is iconic.
You,
And you cram about 30 of those songs into the
yeah,
show, don't you?
yeah,
That's a hell of a lot to get in there.
yeah, and we can't do the entirety of every single song. Some of those songs, are 5 minutes long or 4.5 minutes long. So sometimes for instance, Say Goodbye to Hollywood when we do it in the show is a 2.5 minute version of the original 4.5 minute version. But we do squeeze as much in. We don't do medleys. I don't go segue from one song into the next. I try to keep it as respectful as possible with each entity. I mean, each song gets the most incredible response because people go, "Oh my God, Moving Out. Oh, I love that. Prelude, Angry Young Man. Oh, I love that." It's a pressure. It's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And as I say, there are so many songs. We do about 30 in the show, but there are so many. The Downeaster Alexa, Miami 2017, Summer Highland Falls, The Entertainer, so many songs that we don't have time to do. And then there's all these incredible album tracks that were never
Yeah.
hits that most people don't know. So, which is why it was wonderful in the past to have done the albums. We're the very first people ever to have performed all 12 of Billy's studio albums live on stage. So we've played every single released album song.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. That really is testament to tributing to this wonderful performer.
Yeah.
And if anybody hasn't seen the show before, just describe what that experience is like because it's not, when I say the word tribute, it's not a tribute act. It is, as you say, it's respectful. It's done your way, but paying homage to Billy, right?
Thank you very much for making that distinction. I have absolutely nothing against people who want to dress up as Elvis or Freddie Mercury or the Beatles or ABBA. I have nothing against. I love it. I really enjoy. I remember seeing an Elvis tribute in Las Vegas, and I'm a big Elvis fan, and I was in a hotel watching this guy perform with a band. It was like watching Elvis. I get the experience. I get why people love that experience. I love it. But that's not what I do because actually I'm not an impressionist. I can't. I'm bound to sound a little like Billy Joel because I've spent the best part of 50 years or maybe 45 years loving his music, and some of that's going to rub off. So I can't help but have a few inflections. But no, I go out as myself with a world-class band.
Well, let's get back to Billy though.
Yeah.
Have you ever managed to get close to Billy, or has he heard about what you do, Elio?
Well, yes to the second part and sort of to the first part. In 1993, when he was promoting his last album, by the way, which is now 33 years ago, the River of Dreams album, he came to London to do a question and answer with an invited audience. It was at Logan Halls in London. There was a lot of students there, and I got tickets. The way I got tickets would take you another 20 minutes. There's an amazing story. But anyway, I got tickets, and I'm putting my hand up with everybody else, 800 people putting their hands up every time. Okay, next question. He's literally there on the stage with the piano behind him, with the album cover on the screen behind him, and he's taking questions for nearly 2 hours. It was an amazing experience, and I got eventually chosen to ask a question. Now, it was the first time that I'd ever really got close to a hero of mine like that, and I completely went to pieces. As far as I was just a bumbling mess, and I managed to get some question out. But yes, so that's as close as I've ever got to Billy in that way, to speaking to him. But fast forward all these years, 30 odd years, when we started in 2014, I got messages from America from people I'd since met who know him and work for him and connected to the Billy Joel circle, saying, Billy knows what you're up to in England. When we first did, in the UK, I should say, and when we first did the very first Billy Joel Songbook tour in 2014, we did 70 dates. It's the first, I'm proud to say, we are the very first ever Billy Joel show. There are a few springing up now, and I think that's brilliant, because keep the music alive, But at the time, we were the first, and it was like, what? There's a guy singing Billy Joel songs, and as you say, it's not a tribute. I do it as myself. I tell his story. Got this amazing band. I show you what makes his genius, what underpins it through the classical music. I play examples of classical music and how it ties into his music and melodies. It's nothing like a tribute act that you would see. It's a proper homage. And he got wind of this, and I got messages saying, he's well impressed. He's well impressed that you're doing 70 shows in the UK. That's more than he's ever done.